Gather round as the stream connects. We'll find out what happens next. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Welcome to this recording or this live. If you're here live, say hello. This is Hug Nation Live, a daily opportunity to connect and share gratitude and be lifted by the knowledge that we are surrounded by like-minded, open-hearted people. Like you. Good morning, Dominic and Lathea. And anyone who might be joining as we continue on in this quest to feel grateful. In this moment, I'm grateful for a text or a video I was sent last night from my friends Caitlin and Mike. I made a video about being silly, and they replied with a video of them being so flippin' ridiculous and wacky that I could not stop laughing. Hey, I'm Lily. Hello. Hello to you in New York. Happy noon, right? It's noon for you? I'm feeling it. Appreciate the hugs. What are you grateful for today? Or what in your world that you may not have been paying attention to can you go, yes, I am grateful for that. I'm grateful for my men's group. I'm in a few, and the in-person one was last night, and yeah, I just really like the guys. I've known them for decade-ish or more, and it's so nice to hear brothers, what they're going through, and be inspired by them. Last night, I've been in the group for years, and I was in charge of the meal, which the reason is because of this broadcast, because I was after last month, I was talking about the group and how each month somebody hosts and somebody's in charge of the meal. And I've hosted it, but I've never volunteered to do the meal because it's just not my wheelhouse. Cooking is not my love language. Dishes I can do. Maybe entertainment during the meal. Not really, but something. I'm just like, even potlucks make me nervous. I don't like if there's like, bring a dish. I'm like, oh. But I was complaining about that. I go, I can't make anyone. I'm going to bring some just big ass salad. And Jason in the group listened to the broadcast and was like, so I'll sign you up for being in charge of the meal next time, bringing a big ass salad. I'm like, okay. Good morning, Juan, and high noon, and Gerbot. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a salad, but one thing I do know how to make, I can do seared ahi salad, which makes it a little bit more classy. I make that occasionally. So I was thinking about it a lot because I was kind of nervous and anxious about it. Went shopping, got the frozen ahi, quite a bit of it, defrosted, everything prepped for the salad, and had a bunch of the dressing I wanted and a backup dressing in case people didn't like the one I got. I cooked up a mountain of seared ahi, and then I drove an hour to where our gathering is. And as I'm unloading the car, I'm like, I left all the fish on the counter. And then in my nervousness to get everything set up, I knocked over a bottle of salad dressing. Thankfully, it's an outdoor table, but like a ton of salad dressing all over the place. And I'm grateful for Jason and Chris in my group that said, no problem, we'll run to the store and we'll just pick up some chicken that you can put in the salad. It's like, great. So they helped me out. I'm grateful that Tim, he coordinated me in advance. He brought a dessert because it was one of my brother's birthdays. And I'm grateful for everyone's patience and understanding that it was definitely not the best meal that we've had as a group. And because for me, it was a stretch, a growth thing. It was like joining the choir where I was uncomfortable, not my strong point, and I didn't do a good job. And honestly, that's an area that I could use a lot of growth. Being okay with not being good. The choir is a great example. Cooking, another place. So stay tuned for lots more mediocre crap from me. Welcome, Mosha Yoga and Denise. Hello, Mingle. High Noon says, hello from the beautiful foggy moments this morning, and hello, neighbors in New York. Sending a big hug and love to you all. Thanks. Love you too, Mingle. Juan says, I'm very interested in an online men's gathering workshop and or doing the Hug Ambassador this weekend online. Interesting you should say that. I'm definitely I'm planning to do an online men's group, and I'm trying to figure out when and how often, doing a Zoom group. I'm thinking on Sundays because I I really like to have my weeknights available to hang out with Lisa, but it's to be determined. And yeah, so excellent, Juan. I'll put you on the list of people to keep in the loop. Anybody else have any gratitude they'd like to share? High Noon says, I'm grateful for being able to address my foggy frontal lobe yesterday. Slowing down and sleeping for 16 hours seemed to help. Nice. That's a solid nap. Welcome, Natalie. I think Lisa this morning was like, "Are you getting enough sleep?" Because I went to bed kind of late and I woke up a little early. So I'm gonna really try to rest up for the next few days because this weekend is the Love Ambassador meetup and the pink party on Saturday night. So I doubt I will be sleeping a ton this weekend. If you're in San Diego, definitely go to the pink party Saturday night at Spin. It's a little piece of Burning Man. I will be returning to pink attire. I will be filling my beard with pink flowers. That's my plan. Eric says, I'm grateful for my weekly in-person meetings. Also, you have a weekly men's group. Oh, that's incredible. Suzanne, hello. Suzanne says, I'm thankful that the very last of the home repair is now done, with the electrician having completed the work in 3 hours. Woohoo! Congratulations. Mazel tov. I wish you much joy in your fixed up home. Gearbot says, grateful for a self-care day for myself yesterday as well. Excellent. I love hearing this. Good job, everybody. Taking care. And Suzanne says, I am thankful for finally catching your daily thankfulness. Me too. Nice to connect with you live. And thanks for sharing some gratitude. Hey, Sean. Good to see you. Happy New Year. What are you grateful for? I am grateful for some morning coffee. I am grateful I had a really productive day yesterday, and that felt really good. I did consume quite a bit of coffee, so I'm gonna try to slow down for the next few days and allow myself to maybe not have such a high bar of doing. But I'm grateful that I have a therapy session today that I'm very much looking forward to. And it's been a while since I've met with my therapist. Although, man, I feel like I'm really in a good place coming into the new year. And then my men's group last night, we did a thing of 3-year goals and then what do we should we do in the next year to get there? And which is not my strong point, thinking about the future. But I was really I got some pretty big epiphanies. I'm grateful for the person who messaged me yesterday and said, "Hey, are those shirts that you used to sell that say, uh, sexy, silly, sacred, are those gonna come back on your store?" Because I'd taken them off because the lettering that I used, the font was so thin that the shirts that I made them for myself, the lettering started to come off after a few washes. Not I mean, earlier than was acceptable for me, so I took it off, and then but yesterday, she inspired me to redesign the shirt with a thicker font. So, if you go to lifestudent.com and look at my T-shirts, you can see the new sexy, silly, sacred shirts. And last night during the exercise about future goals, I realized that humor is such an important thing to me, and that as I'm planning for future projects and things, I wanna make sure that I am consciously including humor. Like, I'm kinda working on, that's so non-committal. I am putting together a plan for dedicating set time for chapters of a book project, and it's kinda like the lessons that have helped me the most in my life so far. And there is a chapter in there on humor and but as I was last night, I was like, "I need to make sure that the whole book has my tone in it, which is silly and playful as well as sincere." So that was like a kind of an aha in all things. I mean, if you ever see the videos that I make, like, promoting my retreat, and they're maybe too silly, so balance. Who else has got something that they're grateful for? Sean says, "I'm grateful to wake up and sleep next to my 2 little ones and to be their dad and do fun shenanigans with them daily." That makes me happy to hear. Thanks for saying Thanks for sharing that. I love hearing what's bringing other people joy, what people are remembering to notice in their world that is so worthy of our appreciation. Hello, Edna. High Noon is grateful for LMNT in my water. I'm what? Oh, I'm grateful I got a new houseplant yesterday. I shouldn't have, but it was so like there's no way I'm gonna be able to keep this like straight from a greenhouse. It's like so lush and it's got these cool yellow leaves, which actually I'm not a big fan of yellow, but it was just unique and it just like was yelling at me. I got it at the grocery store, at grocery outlet, my favorite. But I just kind of retired a couple plants that I didn't wasn't able to keep thriving, and so I felt like I have room. So I brought it home, repotted it, and it was on the living or the kitchen table, and Lisa, when she walked in the door, she's like, "You got a new plant." Totally, like, concern. Like, "Dude, we have too many plants." Although she did not say that, she just didn't was she was struggling to, shield her true feelings in her in her words. Étoile, good morning, aloha. Sean says, "Your beard is gnarly and it looks good. Curious what your ethnic background is to help produce a full beard like yours." I am half Russian Jew, half European mutt. I had no idea I could grow a beard like this. This is by far the biggest beard I've ever had. And, yeah, it's been fun. I mean, it's especially fun because I am in a relationship with the person I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with, and she is very supportive of my explorations of my avatar. So, I don't I don't have to worry about, like, "Is this a flattering look for me?" Like, I definitely believe I look older. If I look at my Facebook memories and I see, like, pictures from, like, 3 years ago to now, it looks like I've aged 30 years. Gerbot says, "Maybe someone needs a greenhouse to make room for new plants." That's not a crazy idea. I mean, I have I have quite a few outdoor plants as well. Um, and the issue is we are, let's see, am I south facing? I think so. So I don't get like full sun anywhere. And my sun loving plants, they kind of got to go along the windows on one side of the house. And there's also a vent right by the area that I put a lot of plants. So like this time of year, I don't like to put plants so that the heat vent blows on them. Oh, stop. I could go on. Uh, Edna asks, "How old are you?" I am 54 and a half. Dominic says, or asking, "Can you describe the feeling of gratitude for you, how it reacts your body and mind?" I find that the continued reminder or remembering of things that I am grateful for keeps me out of fear thoughts, of lack, of uh, negativity and concern. Um, yeah, there's such a, like an inherent longing, the desire of being human, the things, "Oh, I want this, this would make it better. I have these preferences. I want can I get that? Can I my next meal, can I'd like that, I'd like that." It's, it's a survival instinct, but on basic levels, I think we're always a little unsatisfied. And if I am tuning into gratitude, I'm wiping away that feeling and having almost like a surprise of like a delight, like, "Oh my gosh, look at the things, look at all these, look at the stuff that is a part of my world." I woke up this morning and the heat was on in my home and it was so comfortable. Then I walked around the neighborhood and it was I was listening to music and I turned it off, took my earbuds out and listened to the birds sing, and I was so grateful for that experience. And so filling my mind with awareness of things that make me joyful because I'm appreciating them is I feel content. I feel at ease. I feel lighter. And that tuning my mind like that allows me to greet new stimulus with that same lens instead of frustration or worry or agenda, if that makes sense. Zach! Hey, good to see you, and thank you. Appreciating uh, from a fellow follicularly gifted man. Ah, Sean said, someone mentioned a t-shirt. I was wearing a pink heart button saying love more, fear less, and it always generated good responses. Is it possible to get the love more, fear less swag somewhere too? Yes, that's actually in my t-shirt store. If you go to lifestudent.com, there's a t-shirt area on the bottom, and I have love more, fear less uh, t-shirts. Etoile says 55 in May. That's the speed limit here. Will we see you in May? I don't know. I am heading to Hawaii in end of this month um, with Lisa. So we're having a little. Actually, we're going to Kauai for 2 days, and then she's got a retreat. And then I don't think I have time to visit and do, but I will be near you and feeling Hawaii at the end of this month. Heinian says, I'm grateful for this group of beautiful beings. Me too. Edna says, I was thinking 50s. Well, I mean, there were, when I my experience was 5 years ago, like when I had pink hair in my 40s, I think I often passed for younger because unless I had if my whiskers were when I had the white beard, then no. But if I was clean shaven and pink hair, that I think people assumed I was youthful. I don't know. Maybe I'm kidding myself. Edna says, you just look like you. That's my goal now. You got it, Sean. Hi, Laura. Laura says, so happy to see you again. It's been a long time. Nice to reconnect. Happy New Year. Anyone else want to share any gratitude? Laura's going to be 69 in May. What day in May? I'm May 28. I'm grateful that my friend Betsy, my co-host for Stay Sparked, our podcast, which I have a episode complete that I'm going to upload today. We started a little like WhatsApp group for our friends, our in-person friends to share gratitude. Because sometimes my friends pop in these morning broadcasts, but I want to be sharing gratitude with everybody in my life. I find it such a easy access point to a person's experience and their truth and what's important to them. So thanks for participating. Thanks for being a part of this. I try to do this every day unless I'm doing something else. But I so appreciate when you join us. The 13th. All right. Does that make you Gemini? No, I think that's Taurus. I barely know anything about that. I don't even know why I asked. I'm a Gemini. My brother's a 22nd. He's Gemini. Lisa is the 10th or 11th. High Noon has an important announcement letting us all know you are amazing just the way you deeply are. Ain't that the truth? And the more that we can accept what is, I think the more we can love ourselves, the more we can love others. So much of a spiritual path is that of self-observation without judgment and acceptance, like, I just had a thought that I am superior to that person. That that is unhealthy and that doesn't feel good. So, I'm gonna work through that, and then I'm going to love that part of myself that has a need to feel superior and try to work on that and give it some love and set it aside and continue to grow. Cowbell says, "Good morning. Good to see you. Welcome, Mr. Aquarius." Uh, 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 Well, thank you for joining me today. As I said, I'm here every day if you want to pop in. I'm not on Instagram every day, but I am on YouTube every day, Hug Nation, and Facebook if you're follow my feed there. And all the things I talk about are linked at lifestudent.com. Oh, and I should just say, just in case, I'm doing a mini retreat this weekend in San Diego. And if you'd like to join us, there's room. We have a day of workshop stuff together. It's a small group, and then we dress up together, and then we all go to the Pink Party Saturday night in San Diego, the Pink Heart fundraiser. That I'm not doing anything. And I'm not involved in Pink Heart anymore, but I will. I definitely enjoy the yearly fundraiser. So that's Saturday night at Spin, and yeah, if you're in town, come boogie and hug. Laura, every day at 9 a.m. Pacific is when I go live. So Sean says, if I want to share to a Burning Man group. Heck yeah, Sean. Well, note to self, ask to see pics of his kids. And link to hugs. Wherever you are, before we leave, let's share a hug. Wherever you are, let's give ourselves a big old squeeze, feeling ourselves being held by one another. So imagine you're being held by me and you're squeezing me, and we're held in this place beyond the physical, in this connection of intention, recognizing our different perspectives but shared humanity as we take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of us here, thanks for being here, being a part of Hug Nation Live. I love you. Have a beautiful day. And Lisa, good to see you.